ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to True Radio, right here at WLVS Radio. This is BLKGOP here. You know, I actually try to be responsible today. And so I was like, I'm not going to day drink before the show, because I always do. I'm not going to lie to you guys, okay? I always do. And so I was like, you know what? Today I'm just going to keep it chill and keep it low. And I was going to get some sleep before the show. And not like the pass-out sleep. Ken, I know what you're thinking over there.
Yeah, we all were thinking about that pass-out sleep.
Right. There's a difference.
We've all been a victim of that pass-out sleep.
Hey, so I got some real sleep. And then I woke up with, like, the biggest headache ever. So I was going to do this big whoop-de-doo today, but it's not going to happen today. I'll do it next week. You know, so it's great when someone you know that can't beat you calls you a pussy. That's the best. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm just sitting there chilling out today. So I'm having a happy day. I'm excited. ShidaP, how you doing?
What up? What up? What up? Live in the building.
We got CP3 in the building, as happy as always.
You know it. Another day above ground, out here grinding, making it happen. You know, it's a beautiful day in the world. It's Wednesday night, True Radio on WLVS Radio. I mean, what could be better?
Oh, man. And as you guys have heard us talk about Jet Radio, that's just everything, folks. Again, not jet like the plane. I have to do that every time I mention Jet Radio. My boy Jay Legend over here, the owner of it, we're going to get to him in a second. But how you doing, homie?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Man, great. Glad to have you down, man.
Thanks for having me.
Let me tell you the biggest secret of all time, and this is the coolest thing ever. So, like, my real name is Jason Terrell, right? And that's his real name, too. So the way we met was he just Googled himself and saw that I had these silly wrestling belts, and he was a wrestling fan, so we just started talking. We've been friends. How long? How long's it been, dude?
At least 12 years now.
Like 12 years in. And I randomly put my life on the line and went and just met him in Pennsylvania somewhere. And I was, you know, and it was funny. And so we've been cool ever since. So, you know, so now he's in the radio. So now we're syndicated over there. We're going to get into radio just a little bit after I talk about our wonderful government.
You know how confusing it is having two Jason Terrells on your Facebook page.
I know.
I got to look at the profile picture every time.
Amazing.
Like, which one is hitting me up?
It's amazing. And they're both running radio. So it's just like bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying? You can't go wrong.
That is so cool.
You know?
It's like the P's in our name, though. If you think about it, like, it's like destined to be.
It all comes together, man. We form like Voltron, baby.
Yeah, no, exactly. You know, so to get right into it, because we have a long show ahead of us. It's actually going to be the same amount of time, but it's going to be long.
It's going to be a long
show. You know, my governor is a Klansman, and I'm just really, really concerned with it, because as it's widely known that I didn't vote in the Trump election, right? I did not vote, because I couldn't stand either one of them.
Is that I'm sorry, is that verified? He was really a Klan?
No, but he has the picture in his yearbook. So it's a picture of a Klan. So he's a Klansman.
He's might as well say by association.
So I was like, you know, I didn't like the fact that things were so thrown off and so right wing sided. So I said, you know, I'm just going to vote Democrat all the way down the line in Virginia. So it comes to find out, the one time that I didn't vote, we ended up with Trump, and the one time I did vote right after that, I voted for a guy with a KKK hood in his yearbook. So
it's all your fault, Jason.
It's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
It's your fault. We're in this mess now, Jason. It's all your fault.
I'm okay with it.
I know.
It's fun. I'm watching Virginia burn to the ground. I'm watching the country burn to the ground. This is all good.
No doubt.
A second accuser popped up on the lieutenant governor, Justin Fairfax. And so it's just like, now they're calling for him to step down, which is funny because he was almost facing an impeachment proposal as of Monday, but they fell back off the proposal. But it's weird, and here's my problem, right? It's weird that like the governor can get away with what he's done and just say, I'm not stepping down, you guys need a dick. But next thing you know, and the attorney general is also admitted to having blackface as well.
but it's cool.
But they're like, oh, the black guy, well, we might have to impeach this dude. I'm like, wait a minute.
It is like it's twofold to that, because think about it. If they allow him to step down because of the blackface, because of his yearbook, it's going to start a precedent. Because as I said last week, if you go to any of these prominent members of society, these long-term politicians, you're going to find some racist, prejudice, bigotry in their yearbook, in their family tree.
Everybody but Trump. Right.
I mean, they.
I'm joking. Yeah,
I'm just saying. I mean, then you're going to have a whole bunch of people that's going to step down. So now, when the Attorney General came out, that was like his boy coming to his aid. Like, yeah, I did it too. but I'm not stepping down either, and you're not gonna make him step down. But this black guy over here,
Yeah, what about him?
that's
Oh,
what we
man.
need to talk about.
Yeah, we got it. We might have to
because-
impeach this dude.
Well,
You
they
know-
just got rid of him.
They're working on it, but
They're
they slowed
trying-
the roll a little bit.
Oh, did you hear the current about the second accuser that she actually during the 2017 campaign that she was on the Facebook page accusing him of rape then?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that came out a little bit earlier. Said that she actually, on a couple of posts and a couple of inboxes, she had said that, yeah, it had happened.
Well, this is the Me Too movement coming back to bite the Democratic Party in the ass, and I'm happy to watch it. Not that I'm against the Democratic Party, but I just think that, they set this standard where you quote unquote have to believe the woman no matter what, and you know what I'm saying. So now it's came back to bite them, so they have to deal with it now, and so now they're doing, they trucked out the black leaders. I didn't even know Virginia had any black leaders. Okay, right, and I lived there. I've been there forever.
The church leaders.
Yeah, so they brought out these black people, and they were all talking about forgiving the governor and this and that. And that prompted my question today on social media. I didn't get a lot of responses on it. But, why are black people so fast to forgive everyone? I've never been that kind of person. I was always raised more of a Malcolm X guy where we don't turn the other cheek. We say, nah, fuck that. Let's get this working. And I'm like, why are we the first people up there talking about forgiveness every single time? You could shoot up a church and we'll be lollygagging the next day on TV I forgive Dylan Roof. And it happened. So I don't understand the mentality. Maybe it's a Christian thing?
But they don't forgive each other.
Ooh.
So you about to open up a whole nother
I'm
can.
just saying.
It's the truth.
There's a lot of forgiveness, but the black community, they don't forgive each other. It's kill or be killed.
When you bring the religion into it and you bring the politics into it, then it all gets muddled because it's all, as you say, GOP, it's all politics.
That's definitely politics.
It's a muddy playing field now when you're demonizing the lieutenant governor for supposedly, a sexual charge or whatever, but then the president, gave up $100,000 to sleep with a porn star and was accused of the same thing, and they swept it under the rug. And that's what gets me about it. Oh, now you're standing pat behind your guy, but when it was Kavanaugh, you was burn him at the stake. But the Republican Party did the same thing. They stood pat behind their guy, so it only makes sense that the Democrats stand behind their guy and say, okay, let's have an investigation. And the fact that a black man in America asked for those 3 letters to investigate, I want to know what's up, because ain't no guilty black man going to ask for those 3 letters to openly investigate my life.
So this is Carol's favorite 3
I'm
letters.
not saying those.
And I have to say them to make the story. Justin Fairfax, Lieutenant Governor of Virginia, guy facing 2 sexual assault allegations. He's facing 2. Yeah.
The same guy?
The black guy. The second guy down.
In between the 2 white guys that did something bad, it's the black guy.
They're going right after the black guy.
Bad guy.
Of course he did sexual assault.
He asked for, the investigation, but he also requested the FBI investigate it. And I said, dude, look, we as black people don't summon that, you don't say, I
criminal justice.
Yeah, you don't. You just say, you get yourself a nice lawyer and you just wait and hope things go for the best. You don't
Johnny Cochran firm and sit back.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't call for those boys, dude. So I hope that works out for him. I think he's gonna be in jail.
The first one with the supposedly he orally raped a woman. Okay, that
orally.
One. Yeah, the first accuser said that they were at a Democratic.
During the mouth, Shida.
Orally.
I can see this show taking a turn real quick.
Where's the bottle?
I don't think you can be orally raped.
Well, see, that's the story that's the story that this young lady is telling. That she went to the hotel room because they was going to get some papers.
She needs some fresh air.
She needed some fresh air, so they went to his room to get some papers.
Come on, girl.
He kissed her on the way out the room. She kissed him back. Somehow they ended up at the bed. Next thing you know, he's pushing her head down, and she hasn't noticed.
That's the only way to do it.
Yeah, she hasn't noticed that he unzipping his fly and pulled his penis out, and before she knew it, his penis was in her mouth. And he was orally raping her. That is the story that she gave.
I'm telling you that's that.
Before you.
That sounds like my teenage years. Really, you know?
Forcefully.
Oh God, we don't need nobody coming back like that was him right there.
It's gonna happen.
He forcefully put the penis in my mouth.
In your mouth.
I've never orally raped anyone, but that would be a fear of mine because I
didn't know that was a subject.
No means no, and if she decides to, nah, I'm sorry. I've never been adopted to taking female, taking vagina.
What about
I'll keep it.
She wanted it.
Okay.
I mean,
of course she did.
But that's what they say. It's from Northam's camp.
So, Carol, what about passed out vagina? You don't.
There was an instance in college, right?
Dumb me down 9-1 and wait for the rest of the story.
I'm not
we
in
all
it.
have that one story that we all think about, like, yeah, that could have been curtains if things went the other way. So I have had one of those slippery moments. Well, it's only been one.
Well, see, the trick is you got to go look. I was drunk too. Okay, so we were both. Anyway.
Yeah, that's it.
So let's get away from politics.
That's an excuse.
It works. Trust me.
I mean, at the end of the day, we both were satisfied.
So,
well, it wasn't oral.
Was it oral rape, Carol?
At some point, you can say it was, but the word no never came out. So no, it was not rape.
She can't say no.
Look. Stop splitting hairs here, buddy. Is this SVU? Are we on Law and Order SVU here? What is going on here?
It's getting a little hot in here.
ShidaP, what's going on in celebrity news?
Everything, like my hair is going nuts.
Your hair is it all this oral sex talk got you bothered?
I hadn't bothered up in here.
There's just a lot going on. But yeah.
So it's
all right. So I guess all into the race thing today, huh? Well, the Gucci,
great sweater.
Of course, I love the sweater. I'd probably wear that sweater. I ain't gonna lie.
Look, man,
that shit was lit, but black folks, they gotta take it. They gotta take it all the way extreme. They gotta make a story about it. So 50 Cent, I just watched it like a little bit, like maybe like 30 minutes ago, or now like an hour ago, and he's burning all his Gucci, burning up the Gucci. He had a pile of clothes and. So he made a picture with Floyd Mayweather because Floyd Mayweather said, "I'm gonna wear my Gucci regardless."
Floyd wouldn't cop another $200,000 worth of Gucci and said folks are crazy for boycott.
Right, and I mean, and 50's gonna cop some more Gucci eventually. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna burn my Gucci.
And one thing I want to point out too is that, like, folks, like, and everybody I see this going off about this, and I was like, it looks like a sweater half ski mask to me. Maybe the lip thing is questionable, but it comes in different colors. So, but they only showed the black one, mind you. But okay, that's debatable.
The Katy Perry shoes.
It's debatable, but I mean, I didn't. When I first seen the sweater, and I was like, "Oh snap!" Something that kind of goes over your mouth. You know what I
did too. I was like, "That's kind of tight."
I was like, "That's good for the wintertime." You know what I mean?
I was thinking that's kind of freaky. Just the whole covering of just the lower half. I wasn't offended by it, but I saw it. I was like,
it's a little Al Qaeda-ish, right? That's what I had. I was like, it's a little Al Qaeda-ish, but it's okay.
If you catch the wrong black dude walking at night, hey man, he might get detained. They might not see him again.
Yeah.
And I told somebody I was in a debate back and forth as people were calling me out like usual, like, oh, you see this blackface, like it's a sweater. I don't know, but okay. And so I said, well, here's what I know. I was like, I've known you for a while, a couple years. That thing is $900, so you cannot protest it because you can't afford it in the first place. Basically. So that's just not me saying that to other people. That's how I feel about it. Like, how can I protest Gucci when I don't own a single
can't even afford
it.
it.
Never owned a piece of it. So
yeah, so it's not like
I own Gucci.
It's like you got broke ass people out here like, oh, we got to protest Gucci. I'm like
you've been protesting your whole life. Just didn't know it. It's the manufacturer outrage, man. It trips me out how folks are so quick to get with the quickest thing just because somebody else or somebody famous says it. Folks are afraid to use their own brain nowadays, and it's starting to get annoying. I'm ready to start backhanding folks because somebody got to smack these folks into reality. Get out of this fake materialistic that everything because you feel a certain way. If someone else doesn't agree with you, oh, they're racist, or oh, you're going to get offended.
Automatically, yeah, it's automatic.
Never
race
forget,
car.
I had a white woman we used to work with call me a bigot because I posted that I love black women.
Wow.
And she calls me and is like, "You're a bigot." I was like, "You can't call me a bigot. You're white. Like you know what I'm saying? You don't get to call me.
They
a
don't
bigot.
Understand that.
Like,
I don't get it.
You don't get to call me a bigot. Like you guys invented bigotry, so you can't throw that back in my face. That was just a funny instance. CPIII, what else is going on?
Woo! 21 Savage
21,
is free
21.
a lot. He's free.
Where he at? Is he still in America or they got him in Europe?
Jay-Z came in and they didn't get into much details about what Jay-Z did, but he did come in and whatever he did, now he's free. He's an American.
Well, look,
that nigga
he's not going back to his country.
He called Barack up. Was like, look, yo, get my man's out.
Get him out.
Get my man's out.
This is the way I feel about this. If you know your immigration status isn't right, do not call out ICE on a track and then think you're going to be able to sit in the country and be straight. He's been
here since his
visa ran out.
About 10 years or something.
This is where the conspiracy came in at because 2 years ago he applied to get a visa to stay, and they knew that he was here and it didn't get approved. So that's why they're saying it's retaliation for the song where he changed the lyrics and talked about the splitting of the children at the border. And he went on the national, I forgot what show it was, and he performed the song, and the next day is when ICE came and got his ass.
And here we go. And
hip hop police. Here we go.
And this is just like the Lieutenant Governor of Virginia. It's the same situation. Like, you don't call out ICE for anything. I don't care if you're a regular citizen. You just don't. You just leave ICE off the table because you might be a legal person, but maybe
he said ISIS
maybe your best friend.
ICE, just like ICE.
Immigration, customs,
the immigration joint.
Oh man, that's some bullshit.
So
you can't call them out.
You don't call them out if your shit ain't
Especially
straight.
If you dirty.
I just feel like they could have been got his ass. They know he was illegal in the country. He's a fucking, excuse my French, he's a fucking famous rapper that's toured all over the world, that's traveled all over the world. They knew his ass was illegal. Yep. They just was looking for a reason. Thank God for Jay-Z and other supporters.
If he got all this money, why he couldn't get a lawyer to get his ass out? That's what I want to know.
Because he doesn't have
Jay-Z on his side. He has Jay-Z. He has other people. 50 would have probably came in because he's such a great rapper. And just because they tried to take him away from America and stop his record sales and another black man down.
But are we going to graze over the fact that he's the Milli Vanilli of rap right now? How are you going to say you came up in the trap and all of this other
21
stuff?
Savage.
But, you from England. You know what I'm saying?
That don't mean
I'm just saying.
There's traps in England.
Nobody's going to talk about that.
Traps.
Yeah, England traps. They got English muffins in those traps.
I never. Here's my thing. I know a lot of these artists aren't what they say they are, so I don't mind. I don't mind him for 6ix9ine.
that.
6ix9ine. I mean 6ix9ine snitching right now.
Let me say
that's
this.
That's what they say. He the reason. Another reason.
Like, as far as entertainment goes, I feel like, okay, I'm ShidaP. I'm on air.
I'm snitching.
I'm not snitching. I'm not snitching. But, you know what I'm saying? I'll go to jail for mines. But, like, I'm ShidaP on air. At home, I'm a different person. We're meant to be entertainers. We get paid to be entertainers. Is Denzel Washington fucking American gangster in real life? Like, why should a rapper be held accountable for what he says? Because it rhymes nice.
Well, because you're claiming that that's your life. You're saying this is what I did.
I know, but it's a part of, for me at least, and I understand what you're saying, CP3. But like for me, it's like I'm just being an entertainer. So is Denzel an American gangster? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like,
that's a good point.
They put a lot of rappers under some big, they be committing crimes and all that shit. But I'm just saying, like, they make it more than what it really is. Now he's free. Like,
well, here's where I think
it rhymes. It sounds good.
where rappers are held to a different standard because and it's not really us that judge the rappers so much. It's other rappers that blow up other rappers. So you hear 50 talk about a lot of people like, oh, you ain't no real gangster, you ain't this, you ain't that. You saw 6ix9ine and them going through that beef where he's you know what I'm saying. So a lot of them get caught up in. There's a part of realism that has to kind of be there in the rap world. Like, I don't need 21 Savage to be a thug, but KRS-One might wonder about his background. You know what I mean? But you never know who. My favorite rapper is Cool G Rap, right? Documented Black Gorilla. He was in the Crime and Punishment Museum. I mean, thugged it out, right? But it doesn't necessarily matter to me that he lived that life. But he did. I can just say my favorite rapper was in the Crime and Punishment Museum. But yeah, so I mean, but a lot of other rappers hold each other accountable, and that's where it gets kind of murky.
It's a lot of discrepancy in that. It's two-sided. It's like a double-edged sword. You can't win for losing.
Well, the way I see it, the way, like you said, rappers are under more scrutiny. If you take a look at it, they're basically finding a way to live the American dream the way that was done back in the day, flipping whatever drugs or prohibition back in the day was how the rich folks got rich now. So now you have these rappers that either have came up through hustling to get to where they are, or are in the game and then using hustling to create more revenue. Because one of my favorite rappers, J.E.T, he's known for still having, weed spots. He tell them quick, I have my own weed spot. You get me? It's not a felony. It's all good. My block's still going to be rocking. I'm going to still do my thing. I'm still going to be getting his money. But if you get me, I'm coming back out. It's not a felony. So, I mean, they're looking at it under more scrutiny, and that's why you got to make sure you diversify your portfolio and, clean things. And, if you need some help, holler at me. I got some folks.
What just happened?
Well, thanks, Carol, for shouting out your. I got some folks.
Did we just
we had a hood moment.
Did we just commit a crime?
We had a hood moment real quick.
Some savers for you.
The statements and comments from CP3 are not represented.
And you done already called out them 3 letters, man. I said, hey, might as well go for the gusto.
And if you get in an accident.
Speaking of CP3, dude, what you got for us, man?
We just got a quick roundup of the sports world in D.C. It hasn't been too... nothing to talk about too much. The Caps had an ugly game last night, lost 3-0 against Columbus, who they really owed a ass whipping to because they're still feeling it from the Caps beating them in the playoffs last year. So they're being a little petty, but the Caps are playing better. The trade deadline is coming up in 2 weeks. I'm thinking they're going to make a move. If you checked out the show, Sports on the Hill podcast on Monday night, 7 o'clock on True Radio Network, we broke down the NHL and NBA trade recap and trade deadline. So go back, check it out. The Wizards right now are playing. Ken, what's the score there, good sir? Are they still up or they fell back behind again? They're back.
The Wizards are losing?
They're back losing to the Raptors. They were playing well. The Raptors are a good team. The Wizards have been playing well since they made some trades. Otto Porter got traded. Markieff Morris got traded. They got some key pieces. Some pieces that folks thought that Ken last week said were trash. But actually they've been helping the team play. I didn't know I didn't know who they were, but they've been playing better. They're still 11th in the East, fighting for a playoff position, but that's what they do. Pretty much.
It's another funeral week, Carol.
Pretty much. I guess one of the bright spots in DC sports is the Nationals. Spring training is coming around. I believe the pitchers and catchers will be in camp. I believe this week sometime if they already aren't. So we got baseball to look forward to. We still had a Bryce Harper saga going on. But we broke down some of the Nats talk on our sports extravaganza 2 weeks ago on this show. So you can go back and check out on the YouTube channel or True Radio Network. And trying to think any other breaking news. I guess we do have to bring up the drunken dysfunction in Redskins Park. Jay Gruden's son. Yes, we have to.
Yes, I'm so glad. I need to know
Jay
what's going on.
Gruden's son was had a drunken, disorderly charge outside an establishment, which is ironic because his daddy had a DUI in 2005 in Tampa Bay. So it runs in the family. His father went for the whole DUI. He just went for the drunken, disorderly in public. So it's just the Grudens being the Grudens, man. What can you do? This
Alcoholics.
I mean,
I know.
You know when
I
you
hate those people.
when
As
you.
I sip.
I was about to say, let me scoot over a little bit for that bolt of lightning strike both of y'all.
So, Carol. Exactly. You can't drink a lot.
You're young and white and free. Why
Loudoun
not?
County?
Yeah, that's where he was.
This
I mean,
Loudoun
you're
County?
young and
Virginia.
white. You're young and white in Loudoun County. Why not?
Shida, let me tell you something that I noticed, right? And we're about to get to our guests in a few minutes. here.
Loudoun County?
Loudoun County, son. So
They
check
don't
this out.
play with nobody.
Nah, because you get like Fairfax State, the Loudoun cops. You get
I wasn't
the
there.
Sterling cops out
State
there.
troopers is all out there.
I've been out there once.
So, okay. So, Shida, let me tell you how I knew it was going to be like a bad sports week, right? Right. You know, Carol always has all these goddamn notes. And I looked over, I was like, oh, no notes today.
No.
Carol has no
I didn't
notes.
want to write. It wasn't nothing to write down, bro. It wasn't nothing worth writing down.
That's what I already knew. Hey,
It
yo,
was-
Ken, that's what I knew. I said, I didn't see the list. Yeah, I
No,
didn't
it
see the
wasn't
notes.
it. No.
I was like, it's going to be a rough one for Carol again.
Yeah, man. Football season over. We covered the Caps. The Caps still in second place. They only 3 points behind the Islanders. Islanders are playing well. They have the Caps' old coach, Barry Trotz. So,
So does
It
this
is what it
mean
is.
basketball season's coming?
it's already basketball season. The Wizards suck.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
That's why I didn't talk about him too much.
All I
Yeah,
just
it's
care about is
fair.
bouncing shorts.
Oh, my God.
All right, Shida.
Folks, what we're going to do is take a really quick break and then come back and talk to our guest. So I think I should have said that a little earlier. So
timing is key.
do about a 2-3 minute break, and then we'll be back with our guest.
Oh, yeah.
I like that, oh yeah.
To you out there, you were wearing my shoe, and the rabbit was sitting on your head. I tried to run fast, but the ground was holding me down, so I stood there pretty sad. The rabbit will jump on me and take my heart out, only if it's possible for you to resist it. To you out there, you were wearing my shoe, and the rabbit was sitting on your head. I tried to run fast, but the ground was holding me down, so I stood there pretty sad. The rabbit will jump on me and take my heart out, only if it's possible for you to resist it.
A small
and gentlemen, welcome back to True Radio right here on WLVS Radio. This is Black J.E.T here, having a great night. My headache is gone. It might have been the vodka that helped. Maybe like I was going to like a daytime withdrawal kind of thing. I'm here with ShidaP, CP3. We, again, folks, did not purposely have P's in all of our names. It just happened that way.
Because it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, so today we have a special guest in the building. As you guys know, we are syndicated because we're just not savage. Yes, syndication stuff. One of the places you can hear us at is J.E.T Radio, ran with my boy Jay Legend over here. Jay Legend, how you doing?
I'm good, man.
Glad to have you in the building there, bruh.
First time in DC, you know, it's just, I'm happy to be here.
This is your first time in D.C.?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
You're gonna be here tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Valentine's Day.
Good luck with that. And what you're gonna do is you have to find a place that has wings and what's called mumbo sauce. Yeah. Like you have to find that.
Mumbo sauce?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
I'll be doing
Yes.
security tomorrow night at a certain spot if you want to come by. We got wings.
Well, with his fiance.
That's not a good idea.
Is gonna bring his fiance to the strip club?
I mean,
Is that
it's
Carol?
an invitation.
Carol,
You are such a gangster.
I'm just saying.
Well, I have an idea.
Some couples do that.
Carol's
Nah.
I'm not gonna put them in a box to be prudes. They might go out and enjoy.
Carol's
some
like, and if you need some
entertainment.
crack, holla,
I give you all the crack
you
you
need some
need.
crack
No.
while you're in DC. Just
Oh,
holla.
no.
Slide it up your ass.
I don't do that. Only the herbal medication.
Slide it in your butt,
I'm
in your
just
coochie.
saying, you know.
And she just said, slide it in your butt. I don't know what's going on today.
Oh boy.
Jay Legend, my man. Talk to me about your background, homie.
Well, I mean, J.E.T Radio is pretty simple, man. Like, okay, so I'll just tell you the true story about J.E.T Radio. We're not gonna bullshit you guys.
Break it on down.
I'm live on J.E.T Radio anyway right now, so they know what it is. So I was in jail, whatever. You know, I was
It happens.
driving back and forth from Denver to West Virginia. Anyway, while I was locked up, I was just like, you know, I think I'm gonna actually not sell drugs when I get out this time, since my PO will be down my throat anyway.
Good decision.
So,
I see you a former street nigga too, huh?
yeah, just you can say that.
Well, dang.
Yeah. So, really, I was just in my cell like 24 hours a day, 23s and 1s, and grabbed a notebook and was like, okay, this is what I need to do. I'm going to start a radio station. I'm going to start my own sports show. And I actually wasn't one of them lazy-ass niggas when I got out. I actually had the laptop, the microphone, and I hit the ground running. I haven't stopped yet.
So you're simulcasting. So you're on the J.E.T Radio page right now.
Yeah, we're live right now.
That
Jet Radio.
is hot. Say hi,
JetRadio.live.
Hi,
J.E.T
J.E.T
Radio.
Radio. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got some fine niggas over there.
Damn it, Sheeta. Damn it, Sheeta.
Jacob just said you were just presentable.
Get some cold water over here for Sheeta, please.
Gosh. Anybody got any ice? Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, because I remember you giving me the call and saying that you were getting into it. We kind of were going back and forth with ideas. And by the way, folks, True Radio Network is syndicated on J.E.T Radio. And again, it's just everything, not Jet the plane. Okay, people. I have to do that all the time. I just want to make sure people know, like, why is it called J.E.T Radio? You know, because people or
Just
whatever.
everything together.
Yeah, they process differently. And so, Andy and she'd actually spent some time sitting there listening to it because we had to double check and see how things were going. And it sounds really great, man.
Make sure
So-
I was playing your shows.
Of course.
He's like,
You might got to ride out. He ain't playing
So, tell me about the last event you had. I know you had an event that just went down, I believe, a couple of days ago.
Yeah,
Friday?
so I threw an event called J.E.T Radio Presents Trinity. And the way I tried to set it up is I was trying to throw 3 parties at 3 different venues, all in West Virginia, all at the same time.
wow.
The same night. I ended up having to throw one on Friday, and then I threw 2 on Saturday. I had a lot of the local artists in West Virginia come out. I had Law and J. Carr, Grizzly Patches.
What they look like?
Grizzly Patches actually wears a patch. Like, I walked up to him and I was like, "What's up, man?" He's
Wait, like, is it like a cigar patch or like a cigarette patch? Like,
It's-
what kind of patch?
Is it a Fetty Wap patch?
Nah, yeah, it's like a cigar patch.
Oh, that's
Like,
tight. That's
Can
tight.
But
somebody please
He's
explain
really
that?
talented.
Sagat has an eye patch. It's this guy from Street Fighter. He's awesome. All right.
Y'all
So okay.
And then they performed. I had Emmy Davis come down. She's out of Huntington, West Virginia, but she should be in Nashville any moment now. I'm shocked that she came down and did a show for us. And then the event was over. I literally went home and planned my other event March 2nd.
Amazing.
Beautiful, brother. Beautiful. Sound like you
my,
doing it.
Yeah, my twin over here, the other Jason Terrell. You know what I'm saying? We're just knocking this out. Shida, any questions?
No, I'm just amazed at the fact that you just really tried to do 3. I've never heard that before.
That's a lot.
Like out of all the promoters and everything that I know, I've never heard of you did 2 in one night.
Yeah.
And that's like record breaking, honestly.
That's
For the same radio station, for the same, you know what I mean? Like to do that in one night and to even have that vision to throw 3 parties in one night. People are so pressed to throw one. And you accomplished 2. So I don't really have no questions. I just want to say that like that's a great feat.
I have something bigger, and I actually waited to announce it if you guys don't mind.
Announce it, dude. It's your interview.
So you guys know what's going on. J Legend, Jet Radio. I went home. Trinity's over with. I want to thank everybody that came out and helped me with Trinity. But I got a major announcement. I'm going to announce it right here on True Radio right now. Jet Radio presents March 2nd, Redemption. What is Redemption?
Damn.
Well, we threw 2 parties in one night. So now we're going to throw 4 parties in one night. And we already got them locked in. We're going to throw 1 in Beckley, West Virginia. We're going to throw 1 in Morgantown. We're going to throw 1 in Pittsburgh. And we're going to throw 1 in Indianapolis, Indiana. You guys can come and check out all the artists. The cards will be up. I got you guys. Redemption, March 2nd.
And True Radio will be in there for free, right?
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
No
You
doubt.
guys are always. I'm gonna start throwing you guys on the flyers and everything.
Hey man, we will try to definitely get up there for that event.
The
Yeah,
names
definitely
are so
try.
illuminating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, great names. CP3. Your question for a guy. My boy J Legend, who has I don't know if you know, but he has an awesome name. It's Jason Terrell. Like that might be like God and then Jason Terrell. Like I guess Jesus gets a little bit of room.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Woo, boy, oh boy. I'm gonna leave that one. I'm gonna definitely leave that one alone.
It's facts.
Yeah. With you coming out of prison and you decided that you didn't want to get back into that life, I had a similar come to Jesus moment or whatever when I decided. I'm trying to have a moment.
You
here,
see those
please,
baggy
sir.
clothes he lying.
So when you had that, what drove you to have that moment to say, it's time for me to change my life and go in something positive that you use? Because I know in my past that I've always been a grinder, always been someone that had that hustle, that mentality. But what made you decide to put it towards something positive so you wouldn't continue to go through that same cycle you were going through?
Well, I think what happened with me, honestly, so when I got locked up, I was only supposed to do 120 days. Well, I ended up getting in fights and arguing with the people, so I ended up having to do a little more time. Well, the first week after I was supposed to get out, my little brother died. He overdosed.
Wow.
In Indianapolis, and his name is actually Jesse Edward Terrell. That's what the Jet actually stands for.
Oh.
So
It's weird. I talked to him while you were gone.
Yeah.
We connected just a little bit while you were gone on Facebook. But yeah.
yeah. So basically, I was locked up. They don't let you out to go to funerals. They don't let you out.
They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. So my mom was out here alone. My fiance was out here alone. They were going through things, and I was like, I can't leave my mom out here like this. And my mom's always been the one that says, like, why don't you just take your drug dealing skills and put them into something positive?
Exactly.
So, you got that running through
My
my
mama
head
must know
over
your
and
mom.
over and over. And then I was just like, I'm going to get out. I'm going to do something positive. I don't ever want to leave my mother out here alone to go through something like that ever again.
I feel you. That hit home because that similar situation. My dad passed away, and I'm the only son. And my mom, my sisters, my nieces and nephews. It changed my whole perception of things. And when your moms give you that talk, I don't want to see your nieces and nephews standing over your casket. What can you say?
Yeah.
What can you say? So, I commend you. Glad you got it popping up in Jet Radio. Sound like you trying to change the game and change the world just like we are, baby.
I'm trying to change the world with y'all.
Definitely.
And that's how it's going down.
Definitely a great affiliate and a good friend. And I remember, I'll tell you guys a story of when me and the guy who has an amazing name. I don't know if you guys know that. When we met, and we met up in person, and this is something I don't even think you know. I had 2 phones. I had an iPhone 4, and I just got an iPhone 6.
Oh, so you had 2 phones.
So, yeah, I had 2 phones. I still have my iPhone 4S.
Oh, okay.
There's some videos in that thing you might need to see. So,
I'll pass.
So what I did was, when I met up with you, because you know how I can be in the Pittsburgh area with people that you don't know.
Yeah.
So I left my 4S on with the Find My iPhone locator on it, just in case something went wrong.
You never know, baby. Going out of town, bro.
Yeah, I left it in my trunk. And let me tell you how.
Smart.
Well, let me tell you how fried we got. I was sitting there. I was like, it's funny because you guys should hang out one of these days. Because I'm sitting in there like, is this dude ever gonna stop twisting up? Like I'm
No.
dying in here. Like,
No.
I was dying.
I was
like, yeah. Hanging out with Jay killed me, man. Killed me. So outside of your upcoming events, what else is new next for Jet Radio?
Well, we're gonna start a morning show next month, and we got a political show. I don't really get into the politics. I know
I'm on it.
I know that's where you
I'm on bumpers.
guys excel.
I am on bumpers on that show.
He got serious. Dang, Black GOP.
I'm on it.
He putting aside a whole hour of his day just for
Yeah,
that.
I'm on it.
And then in the summer, we're actually putting some artists on tour. Like
Wow,
we got
that's dope.
we got some sponsorship from out in LA. They don't want to be mentioned, so thanks. But they're gonna help me put 10 guys out on tour. They're gonna go to 12 major cities in the United States.
Wow.
I'm gonna keep doing this stuff until all of us live in mansions and millionaires.
Facts.
Brother.
That's what I'm
We're all
talking
on the
about.
same page, brother.
You can save some money and just get me and Shida one mansion. We'll just live in the
No,
same place.
I'm not living in a mansion with him. I have my own mansion with my own
Just
keys.
make sure mine's on the other side.
And I'll be living
Let
across
them
the
do what they
mountains.
do.
And by-
No, it's no they do what they do. ShidaP will be living in her own mansion on the own hill with my own gates.
I'm a-
And for the record,
Thank
I
you.
want to wish everybody. We're not going to be on tomorrow, so I want to wish everybody a happy Jason and Shida Day tomorrow on Valentine's Day.
Hell no. I do not celebrate Valentine's Day.
Oh boy, oh boy.
No. I don't
Band-Aids,
celebrate
Ken. I
it.
got Band-Aids. my
Oh
nigga.
no, I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. See, my seat is sinking.
All right,
You know?
one wheel just fell off. The
Fuck
wheel's about to start
Valentine's
falling
Day.
off now.
What's
I see it
happening?
already.
I don't do Valentine's Day, especially not with this guy.
That what?
I would never do that. Facts.
Um,
Sorry, I need a gangster with some long hair and some baggy pants.
All right.
Then I'll celebrate Valentine's Day.
See, but then who's going to give you a ride up to when you have to bail them
Oh
out of jail?
no, wait, but
You
I
know,
like
so
white
I'm
guys
still gonna be
too.
around.
So
I'm gonna be
excuse
around.
me,
I'm gonna be around.
I need me a white man to take me to Valentine's. Hey, I'm sorry. Thank you.
I just want you to know, and I want everyone watching to know that
I be twerking on the white boy.
I am the king of the friend zone, so I'll be for another 15 years. I got time.
I'll
I
wait
got
my
time.
time.
I got
I'll be a
time.
ghost.
I'll be there.
Jay Legend, my man. So what do you do on your time off, man? How do you relax, bro?
My time off, I'm not sure when that is.
Exactly. None of us do know what that means. That
It's got to be video games, having a drink here or there, or something. It's got to
I
be
still
something.
watch wrestling. So
Okay.
I still do that.
Yeah.
I'm planning to go to WrestleMania.
Shout out to Ken.
nice,
Oh.
nice.
By the way, you know that's the host of the No Spots podcast, the wrestling show we have.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah. You know.
Salute. Ken, you're in the camera. We see you, baby. Right above the True Radio
Is he
Network. We
crawling?
see
What is he
you.
doing over there?
Hello.
Doing some type
Hello,
of
kid.
Doing some type of wrestling move by itself.
We're shouting you out. You're on here. You're on. You've been live the whole time.
I know.
Oh,
Ken
I
found
might have to
position.
wrestle him down because he's talking shit.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
No, I think that's Jason watching you wrestle. Okay, my bad.
All right. We'll be training after the show.
E40.
I'm still on parole too.
I'm
so
not
it's-
training nothing.
Yeah.
I train rappers.
Okay.
There was a long battle about whether I was able to come or not come between.
I remember
me
you
and my
telling
PO.
me. That's why I was double checking with you because you said, you know.
Cause can I cuss?
Yeah,
Be
curse
it,
up
bro.
a storm.
Okay, because the assholes in West Virginia are like, oh well, you paid all your fines. Like you're not in any trouble. Oh, you got your own company. Like, no, we don't want you to do this. Like, okay,
Yeah.
but if I go stick a needle in my arm, they're like, oh, well, come back in tomorrow. You want to go out of town? You want to go to Florida? Cool. Like just. But somebody that's doing something.
Yeah.
And my PO is cool. Shout out Jessica Crook. Like, she's the coolest. Like,
Is your PO's name Jessica Crook?
yes. And
That is so funny.
She's like,
She's a criminal.
and she's like, all right, don't get in any trouble. And make sure you pop your head in here when you get back. So,
Yeah.
like, I struggle with my PO. I mean, honestly, when I first got out, I was scared to death. Like, I literally sat on the couch and watched TV. I couldn't get in
I'm
any
not
trouble.
going nowhere.
Well, there ain't no
Exactly,
shook ones over
exactly.
here, so you wasn't scared to death. You
That's
feel
how,
me?
that's how you got to be, man.
And
You
then
know.
once I started working, it's been pedal to the metal. I can't stop.
But I think it's a wonderful success story, and you always hear. And my sister did the same thing where she had a criminal history, but she turned that energy and that knowledge because there's. Well, people don't get it. They'll just say, this person's a criminal, this person's a crook or whatever, but they don't understand how smart these people are out there. And when you apply it to something different, I've seen, managers in the restaurant business and other businesses that have a criminal background. I've seen all kinds of people. And, honestly, look at our president. Let's be real about it. And so, like, if you apply that logic to something good, then it's overwhelming. Like, so you're doing better than a lot of people I see with like podcasts or radio station or radio networks or whatever you call them. You know what I'm saying? And like there are a lot of people that I've been in the game for like 10 years and they've just had a show. And it's just a show. And you just have a show for 10 years of your life and then you stop doing the show and then go off and be like a legal aid or something. But you're actually growing the business. How long has Jet Radio been around?
4 months.
4 months. And you're already throwing events
That's
and
crazy.
And you're syndicated with a great radio network, mind you. It's
You're
a radio
already on
network.
air live.
Bingo.
Wow.
So it's like 4 months, and it's we talk, every so often on the phone about things that he has going on and things I have going on, and it's like it's good to see somebody motivated, because a lot of people don't understand where if you could be motivated to hit the streets. You could be motivated a little bit later, it takes time, trust me, and you could be motivated to do something totally different, but still have that same drive. And you're on it, man. I watch you all the time,
I appreciate it. I watch you guys all the time, too.
Hey,
Yo.
appreciate it. We definitely got to get out of West Virginia. I ain't been out of West Virginia in a while.
Man, I go to West Virginia. You know where I'm going. I'm going to Charlestown, baby.
Sheila, you can't go with me.
Races and slots without that.
Sheila, you can't go with me and Carol to West
Yeah,
Virginia.
we
got
have
it.
to go in the
I don't care
We
where
gotta-
y'all
we
go,
gotta-
because there's a whole bunch of white boys out there for me. Y'all can go do whatever the fuck y'all want to do. I don't give a damn. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm bringing a
Crazy.
wife.
They love brown skin sisters. Y'all crazy.
Oh, I've been up on that mountain before.
I'm bringing a wife back from West Virginia. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I'm bringing a wife back.
I love
I'm
West
not bringing
Virginia.
husbands back, but I will be riding some ponies.
Oh, damn. I'm going to go ahead and leave that one alone.
I have a few numbers on me,
Oh my God.
West-
CPIII, any new questions?
I don't have any questions. I'm just enjoying the show. I'm glad you're here, and it's glad to meet, the twins, whatever, what I mean?
Greatest name ever.
So it's good to have you, Jay Legend, and we are appreciated it.
Do you know it was
we're-
like?
God damn,
We're
I ain't got
appreciated
no
it.
grammar.
Do you know it was when you came by
We
to see me in
appreciate you, brother.
Pittsburgh? It's 10:00 in the morning. He left this part of the story. It's 10:00 in the morning. He knocks on the door. He's got 12 packs in his hand. I'm like,
That,
Jesus,
that makes
drink.
That's Black
that
GOP
makes
for
sense.
you.
That makes sense.
I'm sitting there rolling blunts. It's like 11:30 in the morning. We're trash. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, well.
Don't worry.
rest of the
When he
day.
crashes on my couch and we wake, man, by 10:30 he back sleep because I done already started twisting. He done had a couple of shots of vodka. I done drunk a couple of beers. Next thing you know, it's 2:00. We back up talking business, do it all over again, man. So I can believe
remember
it.
the first time CP3 came out. The first time I crashed over there, and he comes out and he goes, "Are you drinking at 8:30 in the morning?" I said, "I might be."
No ice, no chase, just get up.
Hey, dude.
I don't drink that much, y'all. I just have things I need to handle at my house. I'm a single mother with 2 kids.
We all have our responsibilities.
Aren't they all, Shida?
Aren't they all?
CP3, any questions for Jay Legend?
I guess what's motivating? I mean, 4 months of having your radio, your network, and you're already putting on tours and everything. Where I know with our growth that we've seen, especially with my show, being 3 years, I'm happy with the growth that we had. We're credentials and working on different things, but where does that drive and come from for you to say 4 months in, I want to have a 12-city tour with artists? That's shooting for the stars right there and actually being able to make it get done. Where's that drive come from?
It's just, I sit back and I hear everybody say like, oh, well, this person did this or this person did this. Like, well, why can't I do it? Like, I'm nobody special, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just another kid from Huntington. Like,
I think it's violent.
just another kid from West Virginia. So I'm tired of my friends struggling. I'm tired of seeing black companies run by.
Say it, dude.
Go ahead, brother.
I'm tired of
the white man.
Yeah, I'm tired of black companies being run by the white man.
Well, they let it be run.
Or being controlled or being somebody's puppet. Like, no, I want to do this, and I want to put my friends and my family on. And anybody that is willing to work as hard as me or dream as big as me and does. People try to cut your dreams all the time.
No doubt.
Oh, you can't do this.
Oh, yeah.
I love those people. Like,
me too.
oh, you can't throw 3 parties in one night. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Watch me.
Like,
Exactly.
and I'll throw 4. I'll throw 5. I'll throw 10 parties in one night if I ever get the chance to. Like,
Nice. Well, Jay Legend, let them know where they can find you. We're about to wrap this up.
oh man, you guys know. Look at all these hearts. Thanks for all the love, guys. You guys can find me. Go to jetradio.live, not .com. Jetradio.live. It's a new movement. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. All that other good stuff. Like,
Hey,
the
so
shout
gang
out
signs,
crowd.
don't get that shot. We go to
Loving
West
it out
Virginia,
over
man.
here. Listen, we play True Radio every day from 5 to 7. But now that I'm out here and I love the vibe, I'm going to start playing True Radio from 5 to 8 every day on Jet Radio. Different shows. You can find them every day.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bingo, folks. Real fast, just Google us at www.trueradionetwork.com. Again, you heard the Jet Radio information. You can check me out at blackgop.com, and a whole bunch of stuff will just come up.
Pretty much.
And, look out there. ShidaP, where can they find
Shida
you?
Pope, ShidaPope, _ not underscores. Just look up ShidaP or Shida Pope. Follow me. Google, Facebook, same thing.
All right, so for the next 25 minutes, we have to hear Carol's locations.
No, I'm going to just say hashtag CP3, hashtag Sports OCHP. You know what it is. Hashtag Beats by CP3. And we out.
Hey, y'all have a great night.